let's address that. You know, I want to talk about Dogecoin. I really do, because it's an altcoin, right? It's on subject. So, you know, Dogecoin was started. It was one of those early adopters around 2012. I think Dogecoin was produced, and Dogecoin was started as a joke. No shit. They were poking fingers at Bitcoin, like
going fuck you.
Yeah, this is bullshit, and we're going to show you it's bullshit. We're going to develop our own coin, and we're going to call it bullshit. You know, why they called it Dogecoin? It
sounds cool.
There is a story behind that, but it was a joke. It's what it came out to be. And, you know, it came out, and they actually started doing a lot of marketing behind it. They put together like a foundation type, you know, of a group to be able to go out and promote it. And they did more promoting than anybody else up to that point, including Bitcoin. They sponsored a NASCAR car.
So they really fucked you on them.
Yeah. Well, I never bought any.
No, I'm not saying fuck you. I'm saying fuck you to Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. And it wasn't just Bitcoin. It was just the whole thing. They were just making fun of it. Like, see how silly this is? You know, we're not real smart guys. Just going back to, you know, the Chris and Scott coin.
That's an awesome
You
coin,
know,
man.
if you know, we put a bunch of marketing behind that, people would probably buy it. You know, not doing their research, not knowing it really wasn't worth anything.
We're just two idiots.
And we're just two idiots poking fun at the whole thing. And that's pretty much what they were doing. At somewhere along the line, I think somebody realized that there was some feet under it and that it could actually be something. So they did start doing some marketing. Real interesting is these were the pioneers, I think. I think through them not even knowing, I think they pioneered merging traditional marketing and advertising into this new world. And I don't even know if they consciously knew that's what they were doing, but that's what they did. And from that point forward, now it was a little bit of a blueprint that, hey, if you can have the best idea in the world, but if you can't get it out, the message out to everybody, it's worthless.
Right.
And that's what the crypto world doesn't have. Blockchain world it's starting to drastically change now, but up to this point, it really was lacking that. So back to Dogecoin. They actually sponsored the Jamaican bobsled team. You know, the Cool Runnings movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually did that. They sponsored and paid for the Jamaican bobsled team to go to the Olympics. I think 2014, was the Olympics.
That's like one of my favorite movies all time.
Yeah, well, Dogecoin made that happen. That's crazy. You know, so, you know, I only say that because they did a bunch of stuff and it kind of fell off. Nobody talked about Dogecoin after that. It really lost its steam.
Except for Michael over here.
Yeah, he's well invested. That's
why
why he's not
my
saying
buddy
that.
Curtis goes, "Hey man, have you heard about Dogecoin?" And I'm like, "What's Dogecoin?" Yeah, it's Doge.
So, you know, every so often, it seems like it runs in cycles. You know, it jumps out into mainstream again and becomes something. And the original guys that developed it, I don't even think are involved in it anymore.
Sold off.
Well, not sold off. They never owned it. They just developed it. Like Satoshi. Wow. Like Satoshi, you know, he developed Bitcoin, but he moved on, you know, did something else after that. Same thing.
When you develop it,
you don't own it. Now, if you buy a bunch of the coins, or what worse projects do is they call pre-mine, where they make coins before they make the first live coin. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like they have a bunch of reserves sitting back in their back pocket, and then they make the coin go live. They already have like 1 million of them in their pocket, and then it goes live, and people start buying it. But they already have 1 million that they could dump onto the market at any point. That's another strategy of really crappy projects. In the PDF, I think we addressed that, like looking to see what wallets hold what, and how much total supply versus, you know, how much circulating supply. I mean, those are things that matter. So that's all in the PDF. So we don't really talk about that. But with Dogecoin, they're relevant now. Here we are, 2022, and they're relevant because they've got some influence in it, and they're starting that marketing engine is starting to rev up again. And you got guys like Elon Musk that holds a, that swings a big dick when it comes to people listening to him.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy could tell people to go jump off bridges, and there'd be people jumping off bridges everywhere. He yields a lot of influence, and it's crazy. So if he says, "Hey, Dogecoin's better than Bitcoin," well, all of a sudden you're going to have 1 million people flocking to Dogecoin, buying it, not because they did their research, because Elon Musk said so.
Right?
Yeah. So you got the Elon effect, right? That's really pushing Dogecoin for whatever reason. I don't know why. Maybe he's got his reasons, I'm sure, but he's integrating Dogecoin within Tesla. There's certain things
he's vested at this point.
Well, I'm sure he owns a bunch,
Right.
but I don't think that's necessarily his driving factor. I mean, Elon's a rich dude. He don't need to push a crypto coin to make money. So, he has reasons for doing things. He's kind of like that. But my point of all of it is that marketing engine is moving the coin. There's really nothing more that they did with it than what they did with it when it first started. Now, what's different about Dogecoin specifically is that it's not deflationary like Bitcoin. So they can make more coins moving forward. So every so often, such a period of time, there's more coins put into the circulation, right? Or made and put into circulation. And that's to keep the deflationary value down so it doesn't go crazy in price.